Superstar LeBron James is America's newest billionaire tonight. Forbes reporting at age 37, LeBron is now the first active NBA player with a net worth of $1 billion.
Over $1 billion in net worth, a lifetime Nike deal, a stake in the Boston Red Sox and Liverpool FC, and his teammates caught him using the free version of Spotify ads, interrupting the music because he refused to pay a few dollars a month. He was waiting for the Wi-Fi. That man is number one on this list. These are extremely rich black NBA players who live like they are poor. Let's get into it. Number 10. Udonis Haslem, the hometown guardian. Born in Miami, played in Miami for 20 straight years, the longest stretch of franchise loyalty in the modern NBA era. 3 championship rings, 2006, 2012, 2013. When the Heat needed a veteran presence so badly that LeBron James and Dwyane Wade reportedly took pay cuts to keep him on the roster in 2010, that told you everything. He was undrafted in 2002, cut in preseason. He went to France, played for Chalon-sur-Saône, and came back as the player the Heat needed. Career earnings totaled an estimated $60 to $70 million. What he did with that money is the story. His net worth is estimated at $20 million, but consider what surrounds it. Haslem owns a franchise portfolio in Miami, including Einstein, Bagels, Starbucks, and Auntie Anne's locations, plus a food and beverage company called JFC Miami. Through the Udonis Haslem Foundation, he drove a 200-unit affordable housing development in North Miami, the Catherine Flawn Estates, 174 affordable apartments, and 26 workforce-priced townhouses built in partnership with Magellan Housing. He partnered with the Wells Fargo Foundation to allocate $1.2 million toward repairing 75 homes across 46 South Florida communities. He is now the Vice President of Basketball Development for the Heat. Udonis Haslem never left Miami. The deed speaks for itself. But while Haslem built his empire in one city, our next entry turned being overlooked into a career that redefined what it means to earn your place. Number 9. Draymond Green, the Underdraft blueprint. 35th pick in the 2012 NBA Draft. 34 players went before him. In his first 3 seasons, his average annual income was $880,000. Then the Golden State Warriors dynasty happened, and Draymond Green became one of the most important defensive engines in the history of the sport. His net worth is estimated at $90 million, over $172 million earned in NBA salary. In 2023, he signed a 4-year, $100 million extension with the Warriors, the organization that gambled on him when no one else would. 4 championship rings, the 2017 Defensive Player of the Year, 2 Olympic gold medals. He owns a $9.6 million mansion in Brentwood and a $7 million penthouse in San Francisco, appreciating real estate in 2 of the most land-scarce markets in America. His investment portfolio includes early stakes in Smile Direct Club, Blink Fitness, and LeBron James's athlete media platform Uninterrupted. He co-founded 100K Ventures, an early-stage accelerator fund. He donated $3.1 million to Michigan State University, his alma mater. Draymond Green is a man the league tried to pass over. He turned the slight into a blueprint, but while Green built from the back of the second round, our next entry was told his entire athletic future was underwater literally. Number 8. Tim Duncan, the big fundamental balance sheet. He grew up in St. Croix, U.S. Virgin Islands. His mother was a midwife. His father was a mason. He was training to be an Olympic swimmer. His sister Tricia competed for the Virgin Islands at the 1988 Seoul Olympics until Hurricane Hugo destroyed the island's only Olympic-sized pool in 1989. His mother died of breast cancer the day before his 14th birthday. Tim Duncan picked up a basketball, number 1 pick in the 1997 draft. 19 seasons with the San Antonio Spurs, 5 championships, 2 MVP awards, 3 Finals MVP trophies, a first-ballot Hall of Famer. He earned approximately $242 million in salary, a figure he repeatedly leveraged downward, accepting pay cuts so the Spurs could keep the right players around him. His net worth is estimated at $100 to $130 million, not the highest on this list, not meant to be. Because Tim Duncan's wealth story is about what happens when you survive a $25 million betrayal and walk away unbothered. In 2015, he sued financial advisor Charles Banks IV of Atlanta, who had steered him into bad investments across hotels, wineries, and beauty product lines, all ventures in which Banks held undisclosed personal stakes. Losses exceeded $24 million. Banks pleaded guilty to wire fraud in 2017 and was sentenced to 4 years in federal prison. Duncan received a settlement of $7.5 million and said simply, "Luckily, I had a long career and made good money. This is a big chunk, but it's not going to change my life in any way." He founded the Tim Duncan Foundation in 2001, raising over $350,000 for cancer research, with programs in San Antonio, Winston-Salem, and back home in the Virgin Islands. Tim Duncan is not the wealthiest player on this list. He is among the most structurally sound. But while Duncan mastered the long game through consistency and quiet, our next entry turned grief into one of the most calculated financial careers in NBA history. Number 7. Chris Paul, the point god of portfolios. Born May 6, 1985, in Winston-Salem, North Carolina. His grandfather, Nathaniel Jones, a beloved community figure, was murdered in 2002, a loss that became the driving force behind everything Paul has done since. 12 All-Star selections, 11 All-NBA team honors, career NBA salary approaching $420 million across 9 franchises. In February 2026, he announced his retirement. His net worth is estimated at $220 million. Through Chris Paul Enterprises, he has invested in over 20 companies: Hyperice, Beyond Meat, Wicked Kitchen, Bowery Farming, and Meaty Foods, a portfolio built around the future of food, wellness, and sustainable agriculture. He holds a minority ownership stake in the Rajasthan Royals cricket franchise in the Indian Premier League. He launched Players TV, a media platform owned and operated by athletes, and runs production company ODIP Entertainment. His words to Forbes say it all. "You're not investing in an idea, you're investing in the people." Those are not the words of an athlete who cashed out. Those are the words of a builder. But while Chris Paul built through patience, our next entry built a coast-to-coast real estate portfolio, starting from one of the hardest zip codes in America. Number 6. Carmelo Anthony, the quiet real estate king. He grew up in the Red Hook houses in Brooklyn, one of the largest public housing developments on the East Coast, then moved to Baltimore's Murphy Homes, a neighborhood defined by its poverty and violence. He lost his father at 2 years old. He watched his neighborhood consume the futures of people around him. He carried that weight onto every court he ever played on. Third overall pick in the 2003 NBA draft, over $260 million in career salary across 19 seasons. His net worth is estimated at $160 million, sustained by a real estate and investment portfolio he began building before most of his peers knew what a term sheet was. He cut coupons from the Sunday newspaper at the height of his Knicks fame. He attributed the habit openly to his upbringing in Red Hook. His real estate holdings have spanned New York, Denver, Houston, and beyond. Off the court, he launched SX Works, a creative agency and investment vehicle backing media and consumer brands. He founded the Carmelo Anthony Foundation, focused on urban youth sports and education, and in 2021 publicly funded a youth basketball program in Baltimore, a direct return to the neighborhood that shaped him. His legacy is what happens when a man from public housing never forgets what public housing costs people and decides to do something about it with ownership, not just words. But while Anthony built his empire quietly, our next entry turned a Nike rejection into one of the most structurally brilliant brand partnerships in sports history. Number 5. Stephen Curry, the shooter who owns the house. 7th pick in the 2009 NBA draft. Ankle problems, questions about durability. The Warriors signed him for $12.7 million over 4 years later, called the most underpaid rookie contract in league history. By 2017, he signed the NBA's first 5-year, $201 million deal. By 2021, he was the first player to sign 2 separate contracts, each worth over $200 million. Career salary earnings have passed $410 million, His net worth is estimated at $240 million. Endorsements generate an estimated $50 million per year. But the headline is Under Armour. When Nike's pitch fell apart over a mispronounced name, Curry signed with Under Armour for a fraction of what Nike offered. What followed was the Curry brand Under Armour's answer to Air Jordan, with Curry as actual president of the brand line and a genuine equity stake. In 2023, SEC filings confirmed Under Armour issued him 8.8 million restricted stock units valued at approximately $75 million, vesting in 2029 and 2034. His full partnership with Under Armour could be worth $1 billion over its arc. Beyond that, he founded 30 Inc., his holding company for 8 brand ventures and 12 partnerships. He co-founded Unanimous Media, a production company. He partnered with Michelle Obama on Plessy Nutrition in 2024 and manages investments through Penny Jar Capital. When asked about his $240 million net worth, he said, "I don't really care." That is the most expensive sentence a rich man can say. But while Curry turned rejection into a brand empire, our next entry turned grief into the most deliberate financial silence in the league. Number 4. Kawhi Leonard, the silent partner. Born in Los Angeles, raised in Moreno Valley, California, his father, Mark Leonard, was murdered at the car wash he owned when Kawhi was 16. His uncle, Dennis Robertson, stepped in. Kawhi was already quiet. After that, he became deliberate, every decision on the court and every business move off it calibrated by a man who understands that life is finite and noise is waste. Career NBA salary surpasses $375 million. His 3-year Clippers deal averages $49.8 million per year. Net worth estimated at $160 million. He drove a 1997 Chevrolet Malibu, $1,500 on Kelley Blue Book, into his professional career because he said it got better gas mileage. He returned clothing after wearing it. He refused to upgrade to Spotify Premium. These are not stunts. These are the habits of a man who watched his father's business disappear to violence and decided peace of mind comes from security, not performance. His real estate portfolio: a $13.3 million home in Rancho Santa Fe, a $6.7 million penthouse in downtown Los Angeles, a $17 million property in Pacific Palisades, roughly 20 to 25% of his total assets, physical and appreciating. After leaving Jordan Brand in 2018, he signed with New Balance, created the Claw line, the OMN1S, the Kawhi, as brand president with full creative input and equity stake. Kawhi Leonard will never tell you how much he has. He does not need to. But while Leonard built in silence, our next entry built his empire by making noise in exactly the right rooms. Number 3. Kevin Durant, the 100 Company architect. Born September 29, 1988, in Seat Pleasant, Maryland, Prince George's County, one of the most basketball-rich patches of ground in America. His parents separated early. He was raised by his grandmother, Barbara Davis, and his mother, Wanda Durant, who worked multiple jobs and sat in the stands at every game she could reach. Career salary surpasses $598 million across the Thunder, Warriors, Nets, and Suns. Net worth estimated at $300 million as of 2025. Nike deal worth approximately $300 million over its lifetime. Endorsement income reaching $50 million per year. In February 2025, he became the 8th player in NBA history to score 30,000 career points. His wealth architecture lives inside 35 Ventures, co-founded with manager Rich Kleiman in 2017, a family office, holding company, and venture capital engine in one. Over 100 companies in the portfolio, spanning fintech, artificial intelligence, health, media, and sports. The exits have been transformational. Postmates returned an estimated $15 million when Uber acquired it for $2.6 to $5 billion. His early Coinbase stake multiplied an estimated 53 times at peak. 35 Ventures is also the parent of Boardroom, his sports business media brand, running an annual summit with CNBC. He holds minority stakes in the Philadelphia Union, NYC FC, Gotham FC, and Paris Saint-Germain. His production company won the Academy Award for Two Distant Strangers in 2021. The Durant Family Foundation has invested in at-risk youth programs in Prince George's County since 2013. He is expected to pursue majority ownership of an NBA franchise upon retirement. When that happens, the son of Seat Pleasant will own the building. But while Durant builds across 100 companies and multiple continents, our number 2 built something rarer, a billion-dollar empire while still the best player on earth. Number 2. LeBron James, the king of infrastructure. Born December 30th, 1984, in Akron, Ohio, his mother Gloria was 17. She raised him alone, moving apartment to apartment. By 9 years old, he had lived in more addresses than most people accumulate in a lifetime. A fourth-grade teacher named Frankie Walker invited him to live with his family LeBron James's first year of stability. He named his production company Spring Hill, after the Section 8 housing complex where he and his mother finally found a home. Over $580 million in career NBA salary, the highest in league history, the first active NBA player to reach billionaire status in 2022. Net worth estimated at $1.2 billion as of 2026 by Forbes. Annual earnings estimated at $119 million between his Lakers salary, his Nike lifetime deal, and his diversified business portfolio. Spring Hill Company was valued at over $725 million when it raised outside capital in 2021. He co-founded UN Interrupted, built directly in response to being told to shut up and dribble, as an athlete-owned storytelling platform. He holds equity in Fenway Sports Group, owners of the Boston Red Sox, Liverpool FC, and the Pittsburgh Penguins. 21 Blaze Pizza franchise locations. Early stakes in Tonal, Lyft, and Status Pro. In 2024, his son Bronny was drafted by the Lakers, the first father-son duo to play simultaneously in NBA history, structurally embedding the family into a brand ecosystem that is beginning to look like dynasty wealth. And yet, Spotify free tier, hotel Wi-Fi. Kevin Love described it publicly. There's no data used at all. He's waiting for the Wi-Fi all the time. A billionaire waiting for the hotel Wi-Fi. In 2018, he opened the I Promise School in Akron through the LeBron James Family Foundation, a public school for at-risk youth with meals, bicycles, food pantries, and guaranteed tuition to the University of Akron for every graduating student. He has said publicly that the school is the most important thing he has ever built. Not the championships, not the $1 billion, the school. That is the blueprint. 10 names, 10 different trajectories. One shared understanding that separates every player on this list from the 60% of NBA players who face serious financial hardship within 5 years of leaving the league. A 1997 Chevy Malibu on a $49 million salary. A billionaire waiting for hotel Wi-Fi. A man from public housing who owns a piece of English Premier League football. A man whose father was murdered at his car wash, who turned silence into a real estate empire. A man drafted 35th who gave $3.1 million back to the school that believed in him. An undrafted kid from Miami who built affordable housing instead of a mansion. These are not stories about being cheap. This is Black generational wealth in America. Quiet, structural, land-based, equity-forward, community-embedded. The players on this list understood early or eventually that fame is temporary, but a deed is forever. That a car depreciates the moment you drive it off the lot, but a building in your hometown gains value while you sleep. That owning the distribution channel matters more than starring in the content. That infrastructure outlasts highlight reels. The combined estimated net worth of the 10 players on this list exceeds $2.5 billion. Not accumulated through flash or spectacle. Accumulated through franchise ownership, brand equity, real estate portfolios, venture capital positions, production companies, and community reinvestment. By men who understood that the real power in American wealth, the kind that outlasts a career, a contract, and a generation, is not what you earn, it is what you own. LeBron James said it best through the name he gave his company, Spring Hill. The Section 8 housing complex where a boy who moved more times than he could count finally had a place to come home to. He named his empire after the place the world tried to forget. Then he bought it back. All of it. That is our countdown. Which of these players surprised you most, not with how much they have, but with how they actually live? Drop it in the comments. I want to see what hit differently. If you are new here, subscribe and hit the notification bell. We cover black wealth, ownership, and economic power every single week. Click the video on your screen right now to go deeper. The blueprint is being built. You should be watching.